This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. 98FM.
Now, you'd want to be living under a rock not to realise how dangerous it is to leave any sort of animal in a parked car during this heat wave. There are even ads on the radio. In fact, I'll play it for you right now. I have to commend Skoda for teaming up with Dogs Trust and sponsoring this advert. Have a listen to this.
At 22 degrees, inside your car heats up like an oven. It can reach 47 degrees within an hour. Just 10 minutes in this heat could prove fatal to your dog. And parking in the shade or leaving a window open won't help. Never leave your dog in a hot car. A message from Skoda.
Okay, there you go. That is the message from Skoda. Now, you just heard what the ad said. If it's 22 degrees outside, inside your car, it could be 47 degrees within an hour. Now, I got into my car yesterday on my way home from work, and my God almighty, the heat inside it was chronic. I had to open all the windows before I could even sit into the car. Anyhow, some people obviously don't pay heed to adverts like that. I'm just being told, you know quite well not to leave your dog, especially one man who was videoed in Ballyfermot yesterday afternoon. Now, we were sent this video. I'm going to describe it to you, but it's on our Facebook page right now at facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D. This was recorded at Sarsfield Road in Ballyfermot yesterday. And this man is recording, and he approaches the car. The window is open a bit, and he looks inside the car, and the dog is in a cage inside the car. And when he looks in, then the dog starts barking and whatever. Now, as I said, that highlights that, or that advert that we just played, highlights the fact that within an hour it could be 47 degrees inside a car. I mean, that's the temperature you'd expect in the Arabian desert in the middle of summer. The man who recorded the video, Mark, claims that the owner of the car went into the bookies for several minutes and left 4 puppies and 1 large dog in the back seat of his Jeep. Even though the rear window of the Jeep was left slightly open, judging by the video, it has to have been roasting inside, and the puppies can be heard getting very distressed. Now, several people contacted us on social media and have said that this crime should now be punishable with a lifelong ban on owning animals. Here's just one comment from Amy. I'm in tears watching this video. Those poor dogs. What an asshole this owner is. Anyone doing this should be banned from owning dogs for life and given a jail sentence. And we'd like to know whether or not you would agree with that. Is that a little bit harsh to be banning somebody for life? I mean, sometimes you could find yourself in a situation where you don't have any choice but to leave the dog for a minute or two. Now, I know yesterday I was going down to the shops, and my other half said, "Are you not going to bring Sparky with you?" And because he loves going out in the car. And I initially was going to, and then said, "Oh no, I better not." I was only going down to our local petrol station, and he probably wouldn't have been in the sun if I'd have gone in, but I didn't bring him anyhow, is the upshot, because I knew I would have had to leave him in the car for at least a minute or two. And even though he may have been in the shade, I decided not to. Okay, so we'd like to hear from you. Is that a bit harsh to be talking about a lifetime ban on owning a dog or owning any pet? 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can text or WhatsApp the programme 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Now, Mark, you are the man who recorded that video yesterday.
Yes, I do.
How long did you witness, and by the way, sorry Mark, that video is up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Adrian K and Jeremy D. How long do you reckon, or did you witness the dogs in that car?
Well, I'd pulled into the bookies myself to actually go in and just do my football for yesterday, but I got out of the car and I was just about finished a cigarette when I heard the dogs barking in the car. And I never noticed the dogs in the car when I got out. And then I went over to the window, and as you can see there was two dogs, I think. There was either two or three of them in cages, and then there was one dog at the back corner of the car. You could see the sun piercing in on the dog. It was a goldy coloured dog, and he wasn't able to move with the heat. So that could have been 10 minutes past at that stage when I was there.
Oh, right. So you've no idea how long they'd already been there when you got there? No
idea at all.
Right. And have you any idea how long it was before the owner, after you saw them first, how long it was before the owners or the owner came out to the car?
No, well, I went into the bookies then just to have a look around and see who was there. And there was a few people in there yesterday, so I couldn't specifically pick out the person who would have been driving the car. But I would have been in the bookies for maybe another 5 or 6 minutes, and when I came out then, the car was gone. So, I don't know, you could probably round it off at 20 minutes anyway. There wouldn't have been any less than 20 minutes.
It wouldn't have been any less than 20 minutes?
No.
So how long did you stand by the car? I know obviously the time it took you to video what you videoed. How long would you have been around the car?
Close to 10 minutes, because I would have been standing there having a cigarette, and it was only when I was about to finish a cigarette that I hear one of the dogs barking, because the window was slightly open.
Right. So that's what drew your attention to it in the first place, a dog barking? Yeah,
because when I got out of the car, obviously he was parked to the left-hand side of my car, so I wouldn't have seen him I wouldn't have seen the dogs as I got out the opposite side. It was only when I heard the dogs barking.
So you were hanging around there for at least 5 minutes having a cigarette, and then you heard the dog bark. So you were 10 minutes near that car. So the dogs were in the car for at least 10 minutes.
When I was there, yes. So we don't know how long they were there before I drove up. And then, as I said, I was about 5 or 6 minutes inside Paddy Powers. When I came back out, then the car was gone.
Right,
now,
okay.
People have said to me, why didn't you ring the police? Now, listen, that would have been the ideal thing to do, but how often would you be ringing the police for other things, and you could be waiting hours on end for the guards to arrive?
And some people think that it is a waste of guard of time anyway. If they'd shown up and your man was gone, you're after wasting 20 minutes of their time. Others believe that that's what the guards should be doing, that they should be charging people over this. Now, like you said, you reckon the dogs, and you're talking about 4 dogs, 3 pups and an adult dog, and you reckon they were there in that car in Ballyfermot yesterday for at least 20 minutes.
At least 20 minutes. From before I would have pulled them, as I said, I wouldn't have known how long they were there. But I would have been around between outside and inside the store for an extra 15 minutes after I arrived. So you can just round it off at a minimum 20 minutes. But even me yesterday driving around in the car, Adrian, I had both front windows down in the car yesterday, just driving around the city.
Yeah.
And I was sticking to the car.
Yeah, no, like myself, when I got to my car yesterday where I park it, opened the door, and my God almighty, and it was as bad, if not worse, than being in Spain. I had to literally open all the windows before I could even get into the car. It was that hot. And that shows you how high the temperature can get inside a locked car or inside a closed car. One of the ladies who contacted us with a comment said that anyone doing this should be banned from owning dogs for life. What do you think of that?
Well, of course, yeah, because these people say that they love dogs and they have the best interest of the dogs at heart. But if they leave them in cars for 10, 15, 20 minutes in that kind of heat, obviously they shouldn't have them.
And like I said, yesterday I was going out down to our local garage, and my other half said, bring Sparky with you because he loves going out in the car. And there was 2 reasons I didn't. One was I knew the car was going to be baking again because it had been out in the sun. But secondly, I knew I was going to have to go into the garage for 2 minutes to pay for what I was getting, and he would have been left in the car, so I didn't. Much and all as he loves going out in the car.
Yeah, look, you can see yourself in the video. the goalie coloured dog in the back, beyond the left-hand side, the rear passenger side of the boot. The sun coming in on top of the dog, and the dog he's just unable to move with the heat.
Yeah, I mean, they say that 20 minutes could kill a dog, and even with the windows open, if there's no breeze, doesn't circulate any air at all. I mean, you'd know yourself, if you were to sit in your car with the windows slightly open, it's not enough to cool you down. It's just not.
No, it's not. And I'd only pulled up to the book. I'm nearly sure you were actually talking about it yesterday, or something to do with dogs being in cars yesterday towards the end of the show. And I'd only pulled up to the bookies at about 5 to 12 yesterday afternoon, just before you went off air.
Now, I know I did reference that ad. I think that's a fantastic ad. I'm very impressed with Skoda for sponsoring that ad, because it's sad that a big motor company like Skoda felt the need to have to sponsor an ad like that. Really, it's unbelievable. We'll stay there for 1 second, Mark. We're talking about the temperature inside a car. James.
Adrian, how are you?
Good, thank you, James. Now,
excellent.
Tell me what you did as a little experiment.
I've got a thermal imager that I bought a few months ago. I haven't used it much, but I said, I put it against the car there the other day, and I got a temperature on my car outside my office for about 2 hours of 57 degrees, and the road outside the office was 47. It was 48 degrees.
So say that again. 57 degrees was the temperature inside your car?
Well, on the car yesterday. With the windows open, everything in the car yesterday. I put it against the car when I walked outside. It was 57 degrees on the exterior of the car.
My God Almighty!
Yeah, and the ground outside was 48 degrees.
The ground, and this is something else that people are being advised against: taking dogs for walks.
On their paws,
for their paws. I wouldn't fancy walking on 47 degree ground.
No, it's ridiculous. I don't know why people are still bringing it. I didn't think people are that stupid anymore to leave dogs in cars anymore, but then again, it's still happening, obviously.
Yeah, every day. Sorry, what sort of ground was it that it was 47 degrees?
It's tarmac.
Right, tarmac.
Yeah. It's only new. It's tarmac, so it's only a few months old, the road anyway. So, stupidly hot. Absolutely stupidly hot.
It is, and bearing in mind, yesterday it was a warm day, obviously, but it wasn't as warm as previous days.
No, it's probably other days, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
But 47 degree ground and 57 degrees on the car.
On the car, yeah.
Jesus, that doesn't tell people. I don't know what will. No. Fair play, James. Thanks very much indeed. Now, Tracy, you sent us a photograph of something similar at the Pavilion Shopping Centre in Swords.
Yeah, last Saturday I was absolutely disgusted. I parked my car and I was getting out of the car. I seen the dog in the car and there wasn't a window open, not a bit of air, sun right in the dog's face. So I called over the security guard and he radioed up control to see what time the car had come in at. So the car was there 25 minutes already.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, I really want to break that window. And he said to me, you'll be charged if you do. And I said, I don't really care, to be honest. So we were kind of walking around the car deciding what to do. And the dog jumped up and barked at me. And as he jumped up, I could see phone numbers on his collar. He had a tag. So I rang the number. And she came out and with a young couple in gym gear. And they said, we've only been in there 15 minutes. And I said, no, you haven't. So he radioed up control. You've been there over half an hour. And she said to me, it's none of your business. And I took the head off her. And the boyfriend just stood there laughing at me, going, have a nice day, go away now.
Now, I'm looking at the photograph of the dog, right? And because you sent it in to us on WhatsApp. And firstly, you can see the sun clearly beaming on the car. I'm looking at the dog. He's sitting on the front seat of the car. And he has the sun shining in his face. And he looks bloody miserable.
Yeah, he was panting really heavily.
Yeah, he looks really, really, really miserable. So that was last Saturday, but you were basically told to F off by the owners.
Yeah, they just didn't care. So I don't think people like that should have dogs.
And in fact,
dogs, anything.
In fact, that's the conversation that we're having about whether or not people who are prepared to do that with their dogs should be allowed to own dogs.
They're not responsible enough. If I said to her, you sit in the car for 2 minutes to see how long you last. I couldn't. As soon as they turned the engine off of my car, you have to get out of the car straight away because you'd be baked.
No, I agree. Yeah, totally agree. Stay there for a second because, Mick, you reckon once you've left the window open, the dog should be grand?
What's the issue?
The issue is it's very hot inside the car.
Adrian, we're not talking like bleeding Spain.
Well, we kind of are at the moment with the weather we've been having.
Well, I'm only back from Spain, Adrian, and it was 35 degrees when I was. Can't see it getting that hot here.
No, it's not going to get up to. It's not going to get up to that sort of. But you just heard that guy on a minute ago. The temperature at his car was 57 degrees. 57 degrees.
I don't know. I just don't see the problem as long as you crack the window and maybe even a bottle of water on the floor, a cup of water on the floor, then they should be golden.
Okay, but I'm looking at a dog.
All these do-goers. I want to smash your window. Yeah, go ahead, smash your window, love. You'll be paying for it.
I'm looking at a photograph of a dog lying on the front seat of a car in the Pavilions and Swords with no windows open in the car. I mean, I can't believe somebody even did that. But anyway, no windows open in the car and the dog sitting there looking miserable. And the dog is being baked alive.
I was only if you value the other day, I took the car, left the window open a little bit and off I went and done a bit of shopping. Came back and they were grand. No problem. What's the issue? Like, seriously.
Sorry, we'll have to get you back, Mick, because the quality of your phone line is awful. Gary, I'm going to talk to you straight after the break about something you witnessed the Gardaí doing the other day here in Dublin City. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks. We're asking whether or not somebody who is caught leaving a dog in a car unattended, like we've heard several reports. The photograph of that poor dog in Swords the other day. Poor old dog. Gary, tell me what you witnessed.
How are you, Adrian?
How are you, Gary?
Yeah, I was in B&Q on Saturday. Well, dropping my mother to B&Q. We were in the car park, so dropped her off. And
which B&Q was this?
Up in Tala.
Okay.
So I had to get outside because it was too warm in the car. So that's how I seen this event unfold. Anyway, there was a German Shepherd in a car. All the windows totally up. There was a woman looking in the car and was wondering what was going on. Realised what was going on. She went in to a few shops, took the reg, and I know because my mother was in there that it was announced over the tannoy. Whoever owns this car, could you please come out? Mm-hmm. There was nothing. So eventually the police were called. They came and they smashed the window of the car
and got the dog out
to let the dog breathe. Yeah, because he was in an awful way.
And would you have any idea how long the dog was there?
I'd say 45 minutes.
Wow. With no windows open and a big, huge dog like a German Shepherd.
Yeah, and plus the owner obviously knew the police were around because he came back empty-handed about a half an hour later. And was horrified that his windows being smashed.
And you didn't get to hear the conversation with the guards or anything, did you?
Not totally, no, because I was standing back. I was just kind of minding my own business, but not at the same time, if you know what I mean.
But I assume that the guards had him out of it.
Oh, they did. They were writing stuff down, and he was definitely given some kind of fine or some kind of... Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, the dog was suffocating in the heat, you know.
That sounds chronic. It really does. And,
but fair play, like, to the police for doing that, you know.
Okay, and obviously they have the power to do that. Your man can be as upset as he likes. I doubt he's going to be challenging the guards over smashing his window.
Yeah.
Well, I should hope not. Yeah, you see, like I said, somebody might have every good intention in the world of running into the shop for just 2 minutes and then they meet a friend in there or whatever happens and they forget about the bloody dog.
Well, this was like a last resort, breaking the window, because in fairness to a couple of people that like found it first, they went and they tried to find where he was to avoid the police, you know, that kind of way.
But because the owner didn't turn up after being announced inside the shops, the guards were called, the guards arrived and had no option but to smash the window.
It was either that or the dog was going to die. Like,
yeah.
You know?
And was he in bits when he got out of the car?
When he came across the car park, he was more worried about his window, to be honest.
But no, sorry, I mean the dog.
Oh, the dog, yeah. The dog came around in a few minutes, but just popping his head out the window. But it was a big dog, like, so they couldn't actually let him out. It was just...
Okay, but they smashed the
windows. Any
windows.
control when they smashed the back window, like, he was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he managed to get some air into the car and all of that. That's really, it shocks me immensely that that people are continuing to do this. I want to just play this, and this is again for anybody with a dog. This has become such an issue that one of the car companies has sponsored this ad. If you haven't heard it, I want to play it for you again.
At 22 degrees, inside your car heats up like an oven. It can reach 47 degrees within an hour. Just 10 minutes in this heat could prove fatal to your dog. And parking in the shade or leaving a window open won't help. Never leave your dog in a hot car.
There you go. Never leave your dog in a hot car. Where am I going next? Philip, you're on 98FM. How are you, Philip?
I just got I was just heading to walk. But that grubs I have with the Mick was said about the temperature and all that. If I have a dog anyway, and I wouldn't even need the dog out sorry. One thing about it is I've seen the two dogs around in this weather and all that. That ad is true. I think you were on it or someone else saying that 15 minutes because dogs have no sweat glands. There's no words in the car, we sweat or whatever. That's why dogs take longer. That's why dogs die quicker because there's no sweat glands to come on them and all that. I would never, I've a dog all my life, I would never leave a dog in the car even if the windows open and all that. Like sometimes I go and see good lads in the car with the dog with me and the dog's can because of the heat. Well, he said it's only a dog. The dog is an animal and it's a family member. How would he like to be stuck in the car for 20 minutes, all the windows closed, no air conditioning, all that?
In fact, that's a very good question. How would you like to be...
For God's sake.
What? For God's sake,
a dog is a family member. A dog is a bloody animal. It's a pet. It's not a family member. I'm not going to lock me bloody newborn baby in a car and walk away for an hour.
No, but
person.
Mick, with the weather we've had lately, how would you be fixed to sit inside your car, even with the windows a little bit open, for 20 minutes? You'd be in bits.
Adrian, I drive for a living, and I'm constantly in my bleeding van, and I do. Sometimes I have the windows open, sometimes I have them closed. It's part of my job, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I was up in this valley the other day, left my dogs in the van, opened the window a little bit, went in and done my shopping.
Adrian, that's absolutely cool. Leave a dog in the van. The van has only two windows in it. The side windows have nothing else. Panels around it. That's actually cool what you're doing there, leaving two dogs in the car. It's great.
But Mick, again, you haven't answered my question. Because I know the answer to it. I could not sit in my car for 20 minutes with no air conditioning on and no windows open, or even the windows barely open. You just couldn't do it in this weather.
I had to sit on the keys the other day for nearly half an hour in this weather.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. Yeah, it was uncomfortable, but didn't faze me.
Yeah, but I'm sure you had the windows wide open, did you?
Open a fair bit, yeah. I wouldn't say wide open, but a fair bit.
Yeah, so that at least gets some air circulating through. And did you not have air conditioning, no?
No, I don't. It's broke.
It's broke, right, okay. So
yeah,
you don't,
it's an old fan.
The fact of the matter is, Mick, it's not. You have control over it. If the temperature if the temperature gets too hot, you can jump out of the van if you have to because it's too hot. A dog doesn't have that control.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, again, it's a dog. It's not a person. So like a man there.
So it's okay to be cruel to a dog, is it?
No, I'm not saying be cruel. I'm not saying laugh maniacally while sealing it in a bloody van. You know what I mean? I'm just saying leave the window open a bit and it'll be grand.
Sorry, Philip.
Don't come at me comparing it to a person.
Sorry, Mick. What you're saying there is that I leave a dog in the van. In a van, it's only two windows. The driver and passenger side, there's panels all around it. You think now, compared to even the car, you might have a window open in the car compared to a van. What if you went back to there and two dogs were dead in the van? What would you do then?
Sorry, you can't hear.
He's asking what would you do if you come back and the two dogs were dead in the van?
I'd mind them and feed them and probably get another one.
Get another one and do the same thing again, and do another one, and then another one, and another one, and another one. But then it's great, so you shouldn't have a dog in the first place. They go the dog at home now, and I don't even leave the dog out of the back garden in this weather. I've been letting him out in the morning to go to the toilet and bring him back into the house and let him sit down the house for his cure.
Yeah.
Not even this weather. I won't even let him out for an hour, let him go around and let him do what he's wants to do in the morning and bring him back in again and leave him in the house the rest of the day. I leave the patio door open, he can ramble in and out of the house. I wouldn't leave a dog out of the back garden or even the car. No way, there's a dog on my life. I live with my own mum and dad and a dog. And what he's doing there, them dogs should be taken off him, Adrian. It's downright disgrace. And that's animal cruelty what he's doing, these dogs in a van. Don't mind the car, you have windows on the car, but a van, huge windows in a van and panels all around them. Like, I know a van's like they get teed up, it's warm. It's warmer in the car because there's no air conditioning, no windows getting in. But what he does is that's animal cruelty. Them dogs should be taken off him with the phone, Agent.
All right, I've just been sent another photograph in this second. My God almighty. Somebody had a temperature gauge inside a car and took a photograph of it. Now, I don't know if this was here or wherever, but it's the temperature clearly shows 62.4 degrees Celsius. 62 degrees inside a car. That was just sent in to us. That temperature last week inside my car at 1:30 in the day. My God. 62.4 degrees Celsius. And this was taken with a fridge thermometer. So it's one of the things you can monitor the fridge temperature. 62.4 degrees at 1:30 in the day last week. Wow, that's some bloody temperature, it has to be said. Where am I going to next? Dave, you're on 98FM. How are you, Dave?
Not bad. I'm just a bit annoyed now with all this, with your man there. Like, he's no hard, Adrian. On many occasions, I've put my foot through the window and took the dog out of the car. And on many occasions... Oh, yeah, many occasions. And I've gladly paid for the window. Just to shut them up, because that's all they're concerned about is the window. So gladly, I do it again. Every time I see it, I just put my foot through the window. And then if they have an issue with payment of the window, I just pay it. And I call them every name under the sun. I abuse them for doing it. I think it's wrong.
Is it okay? Give me one example of when you did this.
I was down it was a couple of years back, I was down, there was actually a match, I forget, a concert on in the Aviva or something like that. And there was a little paint display area there just in Ballsbridge. And I walked up, I pulled in and I walked up to the shop, the Spar, and I was there for about 10 minutes. But as I was walking up, I noticed a little dog, a little Yorkshire Terrier in the car. And then when I came back from the Spar, it was still there, but he was licking the window. And I just said, here, I'm not having that. So I went back to my car, put the little one back in the car, just went back, boom, foot through the window. But what annoyed me more so about it was, Adrian, the guards were at the top of the road, and I said it to them, and they done nothing. They done nothing.
In that they did nothing to you, or did nothing about the dog?
Did nothing about the dog. He might be only just gone up to the shop.
And were they aware that you smashed the window?
Oh yeah, I just said, here, I'm putting my foot through that window. When your man goes, the guard said, well, if you press the charges for criminal damage, I said, yeah, so be it. Put my foot through the window. The guard said nothing. And as I put my foot through the window, I took the dog out, walked down to my car, gave the dog a little bit of water, and then the guy walked back. And the only thing that he was more concerned about whether his laptop was taken out of the car or what, his mobile phones. He didn't even care about
the dog was the last thing on his mind.
The dog was the last thing on his mind. About 7 times I've done that, Adrian.
Really?
Yeah, about 7 times, yeah.
And have you ever been attacked for it? Have you ever had... I mean, obviously they're not happy when they come back and see their window smashed.
The worst that ever happened to me, a dog got really nervous and started snapping. That was it. Right,
but did any of the owners snap at you?
Yeah, just you owe me money for the window. Yeah, no, but send me the bill. Don't be doing that, you stupid so-and-so, and the dog should be taken off you. I abused them down to the ground, Adrian.
And do they realise that they're after doing wrong?
There was one woman now that I done her on, and I didn't think I'd be that long in the shop, or I didn't... What happened was, she decided to go to the shop, and then she wanted to go and get her nails done. And I don't know what it was. She ended up coming back to the car to get more money or something like that, but I smashed the window. So can you imagine she had that money on her, or the cash on her, and she went to get her nails or her eyebrows done, wherever she was getting done? That dog would be dead. He'd be dead. And then she seemed like, oh, look at Jesus, I didn't realise it'd be that warm. The car was roasting. Adrian, I drive a van for a living, And I'm sitting in it now with the windows up, talking to you, because I don't want the traffic going by. And I'm roasting, and I'm literally only at the bottom of the window up.
And have you air conditioning in the van, no?
I've air conditioning in the van now. I have it on now, but it's just a standard joke, cold air. It's not even air conditioning, cold air, hot air, that's the usual stuff. But no, it's about 7 times, yeah, and I'll keep doing it. I'd put my foot through the window. They shouldn't have animals.
Well, all I can say is fair play to you. I don't know if I should be encouraging people to do that or not, but obviously that's your own choice if that's what you choose to do. But I would find it very distressing to see a dog inside a car like that one in Swords the other day, like that one in Ballyfermot yesterday, and do nothing.
I'd encourage everyone to do it. It's a living thing. You're a hero for doing it in my eyes.
Okay.
Smash the window, get the dog out there, get him out of the car. It's no good even just smashing the window, leaving him in it. Smash the window, take him out, get him some water. He needs to be out. Can you imagine being in like a glass box?
No, I can't, and that's the point that I was making. I can't imagine being in a glass box.
It's just, it's disgusting, and I'll continue to do it, and I'll take any charge sheet or any penalties for it. I don't care.
Not worried at all.
No, don't care.
Well, fair play to you. I have to say, stay there for 1 second. Let me just bring in one last call. Is Spike?
How are you doing, Adrian?
How are you getting on? Good.
Not too bad at all.
What do you want to say?
I was just listening to Mick there. No, normally, most of the time I'd agree with Mick with the comments that he was having on the show, but he's totally out of order with those comments this time. I mean, would Mick kick his dog? Or would he throw his dog off a bridge, or would he starve his dog? I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. And it's the same. Leaving your dog in a van while you go in and do your shopping is the very same as it's dog abuse. It's animal abuse.
And I think most people agree with that. It is animal abuse, Mick, whether you like it or not.
Right, Adrian, first, all of his questions there. No, I would not do any of those things. And what's his advice if I'm out working and I happen to have my dogs with me? Do I bring them out, chain them up outside the shop? Or chain them
just don't bring them with you.
Yeah, but sometimes I have to bring them with me, like if there's no one at home or something, Adrian. You know what I mean? Or if I'm just on my way out, say I'm out for the day, what do? Do I tie them to the bull bar?
If you're out for the day, you should wait until there's somebody home to look after the dogs at home, rather than leave them locked in a van. I mean, would you leave your kids
and I would say...
When I have to do stuff, my stuff takes precedence.
But Mick, I would say, and, much and all as I don't like to hear of dogs being left home alone all day, they'd be safer being left home alone all day, because at least it'd be cooler inside the house.
Yeah, obviously, but at the end of the day, if they're out with me, there's nothing I can do in that situation. Like if I'm driving down the road and I get a phone call or a text out, me missus, bring this home, that home, and that home. Like, what do? Just do I tie them up outside the shop, or do I hide them to the bull bar in the back?
Would it not make more sense to tell your missus that you, Mick? Would it not make more sense to tell your missus that you can't go and get her a bottle of milk or a loaf of bread in the shop because you have the dogs and you don't want to be leaving the dogs in the van because it's against the law to leave your dogs locked up in the van?
No, man, I'd rather go and get the stuff and come home and get an earful.
You'd rather break the law? You shouldn't have dogs. Your dogs should be taken off you.
Two dogs, you know what I mean?
It doesn't. No, you shouldn't have dogs.
That's like saying, but so would I compare it to a child then? Should I?
Yeah, exactly. And it is true what everybody says. The dogs are part of the family. I'm looking at my two dogs.
I have two dogs. Yes, they're part of my family, but I'm not going to mourn the dogs passing on like I would a child. I'm not going to miss a dog like I would a child or a family member. So no, they're not like family.
Well, for an awful lot of people, they are just like family. Before we wrap this, thanks very much indeed, all of you, for your calls. And look, Mick isn't alone. That photograph of that poor old dog in Swords last week, my heart goes out to him. He looks so lonely sitting in the car with the sun beaming in on him. He's baked alive. God love him. I'm a dog owner. I work in a garage and will check any dog owner's air conditioning for free. That's not really good enough. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't really... like I said, when I was going to the shops yesterday, my dog loves nothing more than going out in the car, and I didn't bring him yesterday because I knew the car was going to be hot when we got into it, and I knew I was going to have to run into the shop for a couple of minutes. And he might have even been in the shade, but as the advert that I played a while ago says, Even if it's in the shade, it's not enough. Do not leave your dog in the car. Can we say it any louder than that? This is 98FM's Dublin Talks.
This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. 98FM.